Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yakim pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Amate from GMS Dallas. And wanted to go into this video here and just listen to a couple of minutes of it. It reads here, it says, Americans have lost faith in all the job market and don't want to work anymore. And we know that's happening. All right, we knowing that this place is coming to a close. The mirth of this place is being brought low. This is the last hurrah of America, but now it's going straight downhill. Just like a hill, you go up a hill to you get to its peak, which America has been at its peak already. Now what we're doing, we're seeing now just a straight downhill spiral that is happening here in Babylon the Great, aka America. I'm going to play a little bit of this video, and I get some scriptures. Lord willing, this will be edifying to the elect of Israel.
One of the big things you notice when you come back to the States is that everyone appears to be moving a little bit slower. The service industry has been crippled. There's no friendly faces. There's no good attitudes. Everything moves really slow. There's no such thing as fast food anymore, just expensive, bad food. And this is leading to the reputation that Americans are just lazy. And I think that this is justified. I think that you can call Americans lazy at this point because their actions are lazy. But I think that this is the consequence of the hustle culture. When everyone's hustling, when everyone's moving, when everyone's trying to earn, and they realize that all that work that they've been doing is really for naught because of ever increasing cost of living, at some point you got to drop your pack. At some point you just got to throw your hands up and say, I can't do this anymore. And I think that
and everybody arguing because Americans are complacent. All right. And now you have this new generation here today. They're not looking to constantly to work. They're looking to receive benefits, receive different stimulus packages, because they've been molded by it, especially after 2020, year 2020. And plus, like I said, they've been raised by these parents, like they say, the big Shirleys of the world, and they don't have no care. They just want to grab a pistol or grab a video game and sit there and drink, smoke, party, and just chill, And now, but you gotta have money to do these things. So now you're seeing these things starting to drop. The America is being brought low. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3 and 4 says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And what did it say? The grinders. What are their grinders going into? The grinders are going into the work. All right. Now you're seeing today what's happening. You have DJT, the president, and his administration. They're setting up to have a lot of these workers to be without jobs. Now, you're going to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of workers to be out of jobs. And when they're out of jobs, what they're going to have to do? Look for other jobs. And when they look for other jobs, it's going to it's going to saturate the actual job market. So it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be thrown down on the streets. And that's going to lead to what? Lead to riots, lead to more crime. All these things is going to happen because of what? The grind is going to cease. Because even though, like they say, you have these people that don't want to work, you have to work to get through your day-to-day lives, or you won't have a place. Everything you do, you have to pay for. A vehicle, you got to pay for it. If you pay it off, you got to pay for gas. Your house, you have to pay for it. If you don't live in a house, you're in an apartment, you have to pay for it. Your children, yourself, you have to make, you got to eat. And like he just said, these little cheap places where you get fast food and things like that, now prices are rising. All right. So the mirth is being brought low. It's being our air out this place is coming to being deflated. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grinders is low, he shall rise up, and the voice of the birds and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And we seeing that. All right. We're seeing that. You ain't finna see no good sweet songs right now with Babylon the Great.
It's what you get now. And I think that that's seeped into pretty much every aspect of the service industry. No one's happy to work anymore, and why would you be happy? I mean, even if you're doing a job that you genuinely love in America, you're really only working just to survive. As we've seen cost of living, we've seen the price of housing almost double in the past 5 years, but wages have barely moved at all. So what hope do people have? What reason do they have to work hard, to smile, to give good customer service? What reason do they have? There's an underlying tone of depression that seeped into most people's lives at this point, and there's no real avenue out. And the worst part about this is that
and what did Klaus Schwab say? Because it's getting to a point where there's no way out, but so you have to depend more on the government. And what did it say? He said, old Schwab, he said, you will own nothing and you will be happy. And that's where you're seeing this being brought to. And that's going to ultimately lead to what? The sea hill, Revelations 13. All right? Because you're going to have people that's going to be needing benefits, help, because the grinding has ceased. It has become to a halt. But you still got to receive resources. And they're going to be like, in order to receive these resources, you got to receive this sea hill. All right? That's why it says it causes all, both small and great, rich and poor and free or bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their forehead. All right? You got to receive it to all. Okay? It says all. So this place is coming to a close. All right? This is Isaiah 24:8. Because like I said, everything is coming to a close. It says, the mirth of the tambourine ceases, the noise of them that rejoice ended. The joy of the harp ceases. And we just read what is that? It says what? The daughters of music will be brought low. And one thing about it, the music here sucks now. Just in general, the music here sucks. You know? It has been brought low. Just for music-wise, it says in Ecclesiastes 12. All right? Let's keep going. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. All right. And the city of confusion, what is that? All right. Let's go to Isaiah 47. This is Isaiah 47. All right. Because this is talking about the city of confusion. All right. This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And this is the virgin daughter of Babylon. This is not talking about the ancient Babylon that's over there in the land where it's called today Iraq. All right, so this is going into America. All right, now what we just read here, it said what? The city of confusion is broken down. All right. Now, when you go into this word Babylon, all right, what did it go into? And it's the virgin daughter. It's Strong's H894. Babal. All right. And what does it say? Babal or Babylon? Confusion. Okay. Confusion. By mixing. Okay. This is the melting pot, as they say. America is the melting pot. You see how the Lord put all these words and these things to let you know, to open your eyes to see what it's really going into. So you can't say this is the ancient. If you read down here and it says A, it says Babal or Babylon, the ancient site or capital of Babylonia, modern Helia, situated of the Euphrates. But he said this was going to be destroyed. And he didn't call it just Babylon. This is the daughter, okay? This is the revamped Babylon 2.0, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All these spirits of these different ancient cities into one, into a big melting pot, which is Babylon, Egypt, Syria, all right? Because it tells you in Revelation is the spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right? Sodom can forget that. Okay? So it says, sit down in Babylon is no throne. So the city of confusion is what? Babylon the Great. The daughter of Babylon. Okay? Revelation 17, 18. We just read Isaiah 24, Isaiah 47. All that is talking about America. So verse 10, it says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up. That no man may come in. There is crying for wine in the streets. All the joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. I want to read this in the NLT too. Yeah, let's read that in the GNT, matter of fact. What we got here? I want to read that in the GNT. What was in? We was in Isaiah. All right. Oh, there we go, Slocky. Isaiah 24. All right. Isaiah 24 and 10, it says, in the city, everything is in chaos. The people lock themselves in their houses for safety. The people shut in the streets because there is no more wine. Happiness is gone forever. It has been banished from the land. The city is in ruins, and its gates have been broken down. All right. This is what will happen in every nation all over the world. All right. We'll stop right there for that. It's going to be happening in every nation all over the world, because Babylon the Great is the hem of the earth and is led by Esau Edom. And every these great nations, all right, you see in Russia, America, all these different places, is still ran by Esau Edom, and and a lot of these lands in the world are under the vibration of the Western culture, all right, the Western ways, and that's lead to what? Wickedness. Wickedness has polluted the whole earth, as it says, all right. But it says in Proverbs 29 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear of rule, the people mourn. And this is showing you that it's going to be mourning. Like I said, happiness is gone forever. All right? Because what? The wicked bear of rule. You finna see a lack of bread. All right? As it says in Ezekiel. All right? I believe that's Ezekiel 4 goes into... it's going to be the staff of bread is going to be broken. All right. So that's going by famine. And as you mentioned, even these places where it's like the fast food is going up. This is inflation. All right. So famine don't just happen because there's the lack of bread. Sometimes it happens because you can't afford the bread, you know? So this place is going down, all right? As it says, America has lost all faith in the job market, all right? The grinding has ceased, okay? The mirth of this place is going down. What it says, they don't want to work anymore. The people have lost faith in America, all right? But they're still going to look toward Esau Edom for happiness, for them to continue going. And that's going to bring out Revelations 13 and 16, going into the MOT to the B.
Forces other people who are still hard workers, good workers, to kind of carry the weight of those who have dropped their pack, of those who've kind of given up. And I guess the real question is, why haven't those people given up yet? Because if you're making $12 an hour, if you're making $15 an hour, there's real no way that you can be surviving. Even if you have a partner who's bringing in that same amount of money, at the end of the year, at the end of the month, you're barely making it.
So did you know that some of the biggest market gains don't happen during the day, but actually...
You're barely making it. And forget about having a family at that point. Just you too trying to make it, that can stretch you to your limits. I mean, but people can't just stop working. People have to work. You have to make a living. And I find this to be something kind of uniquely American, because in most places of the world, if you're working in the service industry, you're barely making enough to get by. But at the same time, the quality of service is still great. And I think this is because we've been promised so much. We've been promised an American dream. We've been promised that if we work for so long, we work hard enough, we'll work our way up the ladder. We can become manager, we can become regional manager, work our way into corporate, but that just doesn't exist anymore.
It don't exist anymore. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoils their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Now, like you said, the lack of bread. $12, $13 an hour is not going to take care of your family in this time. Hell, $20 an hour is barely getting by taking care of a family. All right, if you're not making $200,000 to $300,000 a year, you basically is considered damn near the lower class, and that's the bridge. The middle class is a bridge between the upper and lower class, and it keeps a balance. But what they have done here is taking that away. It's really no such thing as a middle class now. You have the upper class, all right, and you have the lower class. And that is when it brings down into the fall of an empire. That's one of the last things. It becomes what? Decadence at the end before empire falls. All right. So that's going to bring forth famine, pestilence. That's going to bring, like it says, a man that wanted to need to take care of his household is going to do what? Go and destroy other people's homes, their neighbor houses, because they lack of bread. They can be knocking on the door asking for, hey, you got some bag of rice for you, have this and that. And they be like, oh, you get a little bit, and then get to a point we barely got enough for ourselves. It's get to a point where they're like, you know what, let me just kick their dough in and take them. They can probably take their lives and take the rest of their little stock of food. Because, hey, this can drive people mad. And that says in Matthew 24, people are going to become what? They're going to be waxing worse and worse. When you go into that, it goes into they're going to become psycho. And these things are about to happen. All right? These things are getting ready to happen. Okay? I want to get one more here and we close out. All right? This is 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who would deliver me in those days? And these are days that are coming. All right? We finna see Jacob's trouble finna come to hand. All right? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death. All right? And how's it going to happen? Starting right now with the lack of jobs. All right? Or even with jobs that are not paying enough. It's going to get to a point where it's going to become a famine. All right? And it said great death. Beginning of famine and great death. We're seeing all these plane crashes and different weather events and all these things that are happening where it's bringing forth great death. And it's going to just only get worse. You ain't seen nothing yet. Like that song, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. And the Lord is finna set it up where you're going to see it and this is going to drive people mad, crazy, delusional. All right? Because what? Wickedness has polluted the whole earth. All right? And then it reached up to the heaven, and now the Lord is going to let these winds go and finna let things get, even see some outrageous things. Let's keep going. The beginning of the wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these things shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments, all right? But all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. You can still see wicked men out here Jacob be still doing this BS, this bullshit out here. They're not going to turn from it. All right, it says, nor be always mindful of the scourges. They're not going to be noticing these things, all right? They're going to still continue to be wicked, all right? Let's just finish right here in this last one, right? Behold, victuals shall be so good and cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Because what? It's going to be a lot of great death. It's going because people are going to be hungry, famine. You ain't gonna be able to just go to the store. It's going to get to a point where you won't be able just to go to the store and grab some bread or rice or whatever you have to do, grocery shop and go home. If you get to the grocery store and or able to get some food and try to get back home, you may not be able to walk on the main road. You may not be able to drive on the main road because you can have people like they're going to be pirates. They're going to look to take whatever you have. That's how bad it's going to get. All right. So even like these women are at ease. That's what it says. You're gonna be looking for a man in these times to come. That's why you say when you see Isaiah 4:1, and it's not talking about they're gonna be looking to grab hold to one man. They gonna need a man of the Lord to get through these times. All right.
And this is built into a kind of resentment that the entire working class has for the managerial class, for the bureaucratic class. And it's really led into kind of a deep social depression. Because like I said, this is something that I find to be kind of uniquely American. Because if you go to Southeast Asia, if you go to Central or South America, you're still going to get great service. People take pride in what they do because the quality of their work is a reflection on them.
And I think that's about it right there. But with that, hey, Lord will you edify and give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Waha, Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to Yaki and pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.